In 1995, an elite pair of fuck-ups met while being tried for crimes they most definitely committed. The men were promptly released for being white. One lost weight and now poses as a family man in Dallas, Texas. The other got worthless degrees in English and philosophy. He lives alone in Los Angeles, California. Now, at great risk to their freedom, the duo has weekly conversations about past transgressions, current status reports, and wondering, are we dead yet?
Episode 10, Are We Dead Yet? Origin of all sitcoms, presidential dick pics. Craig runs over a kid. Unfortunately, it's not one of his because they are awful. Sleeping on coke. Best and worst Disney cartoons. I don't have a fucking dead tooth. Elvis lives. Hulk rate. Yeah. Welcome to episode 10.
Yay.
Are we dead yet? Check us out on the podcast on Twitter, and it's RARE. We dead yet? Hey, are we dead yet, fucking listeners? If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't have a dead tooth. I just noticed. Like, not on this, I can't see it, it's tiny. But on the videos of it, while editing, I just realized in the last few of them, like, it so looks like I have a dead tooth. It's got me all self-conscious about them.
No, you definitely don't have a, it's just, the shade?
Yeah, it's the shade. Yeah. I want to know if that's in real life also. Like, I don't like it.
I've never noticed it in real life.
Yeah, just they're crooked and chipped and yellow. That's all I want them to be. I don't have a dead tooth, though. I got bad breath. They're crooked and chipped. I got one of them missing in the back. I got a root canal. Did I tell you about this fucking root canal?
No.
All right. This is one of those, like, story things where I was, like, I had a cavity, my first cavity probably 5 years ago.
Okay.
And, I got that fucking, after a long time, like, I didn't know what the fuck it was. I just thought it was, like, something. So, I got that filled, and then basically the same thing happened, where it was just hurting for a long time until I was finally like, well, there must be something wrong. So I go, and it's my wisdom teeth, or one of them.
Oh, my God.
I have to pull that, and then I'm also going to have to get a root canal in this other fucking tooth. Now, everybody, my whole life, oh, that's so fucking awful. It's going to hurt so bad, blah, 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 blah. So I'm kind of excited, like, oh, this is going to be a fucking experience and shit. Nothing. I don't know where these people, we exaggerate so fucking much. So many of our cliches just don't pan out. Like, oh, it was so, I get it if it was 100 years ago you were getting one. But if they had been in Nova, oh, I can't take some pressure on my tooth.
Dude, and the whole, like, bleeding forever afterwards, I've never done that.
Oh, I bled for a long time.
Are you serious? Like, people talk about, like,
not the root canal, but the fucking wisdom tooth. First of all, the doctor was like, why didn't your parents have you take these out when you were a kid? I don't know. They don't like me?
Right.
Yeah. And then they pulled out that one, actually it was they had to take out a wisdom tooth and then a tooth and then a root canal on another one. And they took out that other tooth and were like, come back in and get another tooth. I'm like, do I need another tooth back there? I don't think I do. I'm not getting one. Fuck that. It's the back one. Who's looking there?
Nobody's looking there.
Nobody's looking there.
Nobody should ever look in my mouth anyway.
Unless they have, like, a cyanide capsule one that I can get put in there, I'm not fucking doing it.
Dude, or even just like just anything. Maybe just a random painkiller every once in a while. Like, you're not really sure what you're going to get, but everything's just kind of fucked up and you need something.
I have to go to the dentist like 8 times a day to get a new one.
Right. I dropped it. I swallowed it. Yeah, I was supposed to get my wisdom teeth out when I was 16. I told my parents I was going to do it. I went down there. I didn't do it. And, I didn't live in the house with them anyway. So a couple days later, like, did you get it done? I'm like, totally got it done. Just never brought it up again. It took 10 years later and I had to get him out. It wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? They pulled him out. Couldn't smoke for like 2-3 days. I was smoking through my nose, which I found out didn't do anything different.
The first thing I did when I got back, because obviously they tell you don't smoke.
Uh-huh.
The first thing I did when I got back was type in, like, do I really need to not smoke after this? And it was so many people had done that. And because I knew I was going to smoke, so they were like, yeah, okay, if you got to do it, get the rag wet and jam it in there while you're doing it and try to keep it off of that side. I can't believe you quit for 2 days and then started back up.
No, I was smoking through my nose.
Oh, that never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, come on, man. I knew I had to smoke. I was just smoking through my nose, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant.
Well, I'll tell you what. I did it. Fine. Next time you see that fucking doctor, go, fuck you. My friend smoked right after his wisdom teeth were full, and he had a root canal. He's fine. It looks like he has a dead tooth, but he's totally okay.
Good grief.
You said good grief. Now I'm glad to hear that it's something you say on a regular basis. I just noticed it today editing. Good.
Dude, I think
grief.
I was saying GD so much that I didn't want the boys to start throwing it down, so I had to switch. So I just went with Charlie Brown. Oh, real quick. So I'm on the internet the other day, and it says 10 best and 10 worst Disney movies ever made. And I'm thinking, I didn't know they had 20 animated movies, right? Guess what they had for the worst animated movie?
From Disney?
Yeah.
Probably something we love.
Yep.
Not Robin Hood.
Cartoon Robin Hood as
Shut
the worst
the fuck
one.
up.
I swear to God. I was so pissed. There was no way to like respond to him and be like, I'm gonna come to your house and kill you. That's how upset I was, though. And then cartoon for no reason at all. Like the reasons were stupid that they liked him and didn't like him. Like Little Mermaid, like really empowering to women. I'm like, was it empowering to women? She basically whored herself out to a like giant demon madam who's sent her back up there, who's like, listen, you're not going to be able to talk to this guy because he doesn't give a shit what you say anyway, but if you can get him to fuck you in the next 5 days, you get to stay. Like, maybe if she'd have made her ugly, but she could still sing, so he fell in love with her, but instead she made her beautiful and she couldn't talk, which is what every prince wants. So, well, what would have sucked is when he fell in love and he finally does fuck her and she starts talking, he's like, get out. I thought you were a mute, and now I realize you're not. That you need to leave. I couldn't believe that it had Little Mermaid that high.
Did you find out the name of the author of that fucking awful article?
No, dude, it was on CNN, and each one was done by somebody different. Like each writer got to write, a best or a worst.
Oh, fuck that person. I hope he fucking dies of AIDS.
It was a lady. It was a chick, and I was like,
I hope she dies of AIDS.
Yeah, no, I mean, she probably will with her choice of Disney movies. But if you, maybe it was a boy one. Maybe only boys like that one. Like, it had Aladdin ranked high. I'm okay with that. That's cool. Put Aladdin up there. But I couldn't believe that.
I think we talked about it. Mary Poppins, she sings this fucking song that's all about women's empowerment. And then her husband comes home. She grabs his slippers and runs up and goes, here, honey. Like, it's so fucked up. Go back and watch Animal House. When's the last time you watched Animal House?
It's probably been a decade since I watched Animal House.
Watch it. You won't fucking believe how racist it is.
Are you serious?
It's so unbelievably fucking, offensively racist.
Like Blazing Saddles racist?
No, because that's it's not, that was supposed to be
racist, yeah.
This is like the person says, what do you think are a bunch of animals? And then they cut to Otis Day going, rah!
No, they don't.
It's so fucking racist. That movie is so fucked up.
Does it hold up? Is it still funny?
Yeah, no, it's still funny. But it's not, Blazing Saddles, it's making fun of racism. This is people being fucking racist.
I've probably seen PCU twice in the time that I've seen Animal House, so I need to change that.
You've seen what?
PCU.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need to fucking change that.
It's not that bad.
It's pretty fucking bad. You just like it because you look like John Favreau in that movie.
Dude, I hit a kid with my car.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I know.
Awesome. Did you
I didn't tell you
mount
because
it?
I wonder what. No, the rack wasn't big enough. I didn't have a tag for him. But no, man, I'm going down. I don't even know if I can talk about it. I'm sure they're going to sue me. But I'm going down, and there's these school buses going the other way. Everybody's going 20, right? So they're going the other way towards me. And these two kids running between two of the buses. And I mean, I've got a big truck, you know, so I slam on the brakes, and the first kid makes it by, and the second one, I just tagged his ass. Like, hat came off, went down, cut his arm up. I thought I went over him. Like, I was sure he was under the truck. So I backed up and went forward like 6 times.
Made sure he was under the truck.
Yeah, I didn't want him to suffer at all. So, but no, I get out, and all these women run up. Why did you do that? Why weren't you paying attention? What were you doing? I mean, just yelling at me, dude. This big Hispanic dude gets out, and he goes, "Ladies, did any of y'all see it happen?" They'll say no. He goes, "Then get back in your fucking cars and get out there." And I was like, what? Like, there's no way I could have said it. You know what I mean? If I'd have said it, they'd have cut my head off. He did it, and all but one stayed. And she was grabbing the kid's shoulder. And he's crying. He didn't want his dad to find out. And the older brother's like, "Don't tell dad." and she's grabbing his shoulder. She goes, "I think his shoulder's broken." And I said, "Ma'am, are you a doctor?" She goes, "No." I said, "Are you a medical professional? Are you a nurse? Are you a chiropractor?" "Well, no, I'm not." I said, "Then how can you diagnose this kid?" And she goes, "Well," then she grabs his arm. She goes, "I think his arm's broken." I said, "Ma'am, did you just become a doctor? Are you now in the medical profession? Did you just graduate from nursing school?" And so my big Hispanic hero, my angel's there, and he's like, "Just get out of here." So she leaves. And I tell the kid, I'm like, "Could you throw a baseball right now?" And he does the whole baseball thing, and I'm like, "Sweet. Cool." So I have to go and fill out a report. And everybody's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I didn't get hit by the car." You know, he got hit by the car.
I just look like I got hit by a car.
But the whole time I'm like, I'm totally innocent. I'm innocent. They're like, "Thank God he's okay." I'm like, "Thank God I have witnesses." You know what I mean? Like, that's all I was thinking about, dude. Like, I hate to say it. Like, I am glad he's okay. But even the principals, like, they've been doing it all year and running across there. So as long as he'll hold up on the stand, I think I'll be okay.
Right.
But the cops, dude. So I leave, right? The principal tells me to leave, so I leave. And the cops call me, and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't have left the scene of the accident." And I'm like, "Why are you even there?" And so the school called us, and you need to come back down here. And I said, "Okay, but about 45 minutes. Well, you need to do it sooner." I'm like, "I can't do it sooner." "Okay, well, what's your name?" I'm like, "You called me. You know my name. I did a report there." "Okay, we've got your name." "All right, what's your driver's license number?" "No problem, I give it to you." "What's your license plate?" I said, "I don't know it." They go, "Why don't you show your license plate number?" I said, "What's your license plate number?" Doesn't know it. Okay, that's why people don't know it, because you don't memorize your fucking license plate number. So now I'm kind of pissed because of the license plate number thing. He's like, "Give me your insurance ID." And I'm like, "No, I didn't do anything wrong. The kid ran in front of me. I'm not giving it to you." "Well, it's just going to go on file with the state." I said, "Exactly. It goes on file with the state. I'm not doing it." You know, I said, "Do you have detectives at the police station?" "Yeah, we'll tell them to detect. Y'all can find it if you really want to." So that's where I left it. And then I got on the phone, and everyone was like, "What are you doing talking to them like that? Like, just please make it right." But they took pictures of my truck and all kinds of stuff, dude. It was ridiculous.
They didn't find the meth or any of the, like...
No. I hide all
any of the semen stuff? Okay, good. Well,
I went and got my truck washed. I picked the section where the kid's like body hit, and I'm like, "Don't wash this part." I got his little imprint on there. It's awesome.
But the kid ends up like dying, and you have to go to court. Just make sure that you say you were listening to "Are We Dead Yet" right before you did it.
Right, totally. Just try wearing t-shirts. Just. Sure.
Joe Rogan will always be the fucking sandwich guy, the original Joey.
Oh yeah, I forgot. News radio.
Yeah, dude. Well, he's not really Wings. Fucking what's his name is really the original sandwich guy.
Lowell.
Yeah, Lowell. What's the Hayden Christian whatever?
Thomas Hayden Church.
Well, that's it.
Do you remember? Did you see the one where he lived with the guys? Where he moved into their house?
Wings is the reason I can't watch any sitcom. It's because every fucking episode is a revolve of Wings.
Shut up! You're ridiculous. It had a good staff. A good cast. It had Monk in there. I love that guy.
Yeah, dude. Tony Shalhoub, fucking Tom. What's his name?
Thomas Hayden Church Christensen.
Well, no, not that guy. And what's the other guy?
Steven Weber was one of the brothers.
Yeah, Steven Weber. That's the one I was trying to think of. I like him. I got the name like Tony Daly or something.
Yeah, something Daly. Yeah, but they where Lowell lived with them, and he was painting the garage and making blueberry pancakes and all that shit. That was great. That's one of my favorite episodes of TV. That's a good episode.
Yeah. And every sitcom is a ripoff of Wings.
Wait, isn't he just Woody from Cheers, though? So did Wings rip off Cheers?
Yes. I'm sure that I don't know what the first sitcom is, but I bet you that it's been set for a long time.
I wonder what the first sitcom was. They'd probably go back. You'd probably have to go back to radio because they.
I don't know. Catch That Slave.
No. Is that kind of like Out My Balls, but for back then?
God, thank goodness there wasn't fucking cameras back then.
Dude, can you imagine if there'd have been all? Can you imagine if we'd have had cameras? Like even our age group, I can't imagine. Checking in everywhere. God, I didn't want anybody to know where I was.
I was thinking about that. Your kid's generation is going to be the generation that every president has their shit. There's nobody that goes through life and doesn't have something online. Like that'll be the weirdo, the person that didn't show their
that'll be
stuff. Like every presidential everyone will have a sex tape or a dick pic or something out there.
I know I do. Like I think our generation, if we are our own generation, I don't know how that works, where the cutoff is. But I think we're the last ones that, like 1984, like that book is obsolete now, Big Brother, because we do it to ourselves. It doesn't even matter if they're watching us. We're telling ourselves all the time. And I think we still kind of had that fear. Or not fear, we were just conscious of everybody doesn't have to know what I'm up to all the time. And now everybody's like, whatever, everybody knows what I'm up to all the time. I mean, I never wanted that.
You know what? I think it's clearly people did want it. They just didn't have that as an option.
I mean, yeah.
I think that's like the hula hoop. That's all we needed is the hula hoop. These stupid kids with their Legos and whatnot these days.
I hear that.
If all I had is a hula hoop, I'd have wanted the shit out of Legos.
Dude, hula hoops are horrible. It's just working out.
Huh?
Yeah, hula hoops are a nightmare. They're no fun unless you do other stuff with them.
You could probably stick one in the side and it just sit there.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
You're like the Hound, just less melted.
I mean, that's this thing. Like when people talk about, like my mom was talking about Hillary running, and she's like, I don't know how people can say that she's that she's for women because she stayed with Bill when he cheated on her and all this. I'm like, well, of course she stayed with him because that's why she is where she is right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way. Well, I don't care what you say. There's no way he wouldn't be, and she knew all that shit was going on. It's not like, oh boy, was that sneaky. Like it'd been going on forever. You know, she made her bed. She might be into it for all we know, right? It doesn't matter. But she's talking shit on Clinton about how he cheated on his wife and all that. But she loves Kennedy. Like she sweats Kennedy, but she hates Clinton, and it's so the same thing. But if you're the president of the United States and you're stressed out and you're trying to balance the budget and do all this stuff, if you can't get a piece of random every once in a while, what's the point of being the president? Well, they're like, well, the police chief abused his power and had people come and do this. No, that's why he became the police chief, so he could abuse his power. Like that's the whole point. With greater responsibility comes greater getting away with shit. Like I think. You know what I mean? Like there comes a point like General Petraeus had a girl and he was telling her military secrets, bed pillow talk. Okay, he's General Petraeus. Give him a break. You couldn't go through the stress that guy's gone through for 1 minute. Your head would blow off. Let him get some ass every once in a while. Like, right? I don't.
You're preaching to the choir, man. I hate our puritanical bullshit.
Like, it drives me crazy.
Off that I will never ever get to see like the Hulk or King Kong's dick on a fucking IMAX screen because of this puritanical fucking world I live in and country. Like, I want the French version of the Hulk. He'll have him beating someone to death with his dick. Like, it really pisses me off.
How much scarier would the Hulk be if there's a chance he could rape you? He's already horrifying, but just to know that he could literally split you in half at any time.
Well, we know. I know. That's why I want to see it. We've all imagined it. If it was She-Hulk, we'd see her tits.
Oh, of course we would. She-Hulk. I mean, I'd be down.
Yeah. Only person who could play her is Tilda Swinton.
No. It's gross. Gross.
What, Tilda Swinton or She-Hulk?
No, Tilda Swinton.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't. I mean, girl doesn't even try. Like, that's her whole thing. Like, everybody's like, she doesn't even try and look pretty. She tries so hard to not look pretty that she's trying harder. You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't want to fit in, do this, but that just makes you fit in with the other cats that don't want to fit in. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, pretty much you're going to, like, there's very few people.
You mean hipsters?
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, who's the guy, the punker that used to throw shit on everything and all that? And he was just so crazy.
The guy, oh, fuck, I actually do know this answer.
Oh, what's his
Allen?
name? Yeah. Like, he's one guy that just truly you couldn't peg hole him in something. Or maybe Zappa, like, was just so out there. They're like, okay, this guy's not trying to be weird. He's legitimately a lunatic. You know, people try so hard to not fit in by fitting in somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it pretty much doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're still going to be a part of some group or subgroup. You know, it's hard to be that different.
No, I watch commercials all the time. They say if I buy the thing they have, I'll be an original.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. What are you telling me that things on a commercial, if I buy it, is like the least original thing you can do? That's not what commercials tell me.
No, they totally make you unique.
Okay.
Totally make you unique. Like, if you could go to Burger King in your Civic after getting your hair cut at Great Clips and picking some stuff up at Target, you would be like the most unique person around. That would be perfect.
I really want to know a generation of kids without commercials.
Well, I mean, my kids aren't going to watch commercials because of DVR. They never see commercials. Ever.
Well, I know. I want them all because, I mean, they'll still be like the whole, oh, Johnny has that thing, but it won't be. Because I feel like that's what starts it all. Is fucking children and then the parent, like, because they love them or whatever.
Dude, I mean, I wasn't really that way about clothes for a small amount of time. I wanted certain stuff, but I mean, so many people. It's like it's kids like that, and it's the.
I meant toys, not clothes.
No, but I mean both. You know, what I mean, it's like the fads on clothes. Like, sure, we can all be like, yeah, I wear my Chucks, so I wear this, so I wear that, and that's because it's cool. Well, I mean, we saw somebody we thought was cool wearing that stuff. It's not like we just decided one day that was cool. Like, everybody had Red Wings, you know, like, or most everybody had Red Wings. What was the point? Nobody was working in the fields. Everybody just wanted the Red Wings, you know?
I so remember it was maybe a month of my life. It's the worst. I got the boots.
Right?
And I got...
We all did it.
Those old ponchos. Dude, I fucking hate them. Like, I'm honestly kind of proud of myself for just going, no, I'm not doing this. Why would anyone go, oh, I want to make a shoe that's going to be uncomfortable till I work it in? How about I get a shoe that feels good right off the bat?
But, man, once you work it in, it's so good. And they also protect the shit out of you. You know what I mean? There's snakes and stuff all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But the Red Wings...
Are you scared of little snakes?
Like, I do think about it. I still see people out. I still will go out. I mean, 17 years ago, we got out of school. I'll still go out, and these cats will be wearing Red Wings, khakis, button-up shirt, tucked in, with that same kind of belt that everybody wore. And
that's how I know I'm in Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, they look exactly the same. It never changed. Never changed their style at all. Just owned it and just still doing it.
I know, and it's so unlike Texas. Usually they're really progressive and on the cutting edge of new ideas and cultures and stuff.
So stupid. Totally are.
So this girl I
Grammy Pittman
fucking
in
work with comes up to me the other day and goes, "Did you know they found Elvis?" I'm like, "What?" They found him. They found him. He was a homeless guy, and they found his body under the bridge. And they fucking tested his blood, and it matched Elvis's DNA.
That's ridiculous.
All right. First of all, that'd have been all that was on the news.
That's it.
If that had happened. That's everybody. It wouldn't have been like I wouldn't have walked in and been like, "What? Oh yeah, of course I heard that," because a fucking alarm went off because it would throw every I'd have to rethink if we've been to the moon if Elvis was fucking alive. Like it would be so fucking crazy. Not to mention the series of events that. So here's how she explains it to me. I'm like, that's bullshit. She's like, read the story. I'm like, I'm not reading the fucking story. And she goes, okay. So he's been in witness relocation for a while. Doesn't know what reason. What reason he's in relocation. And then he was in or they found him under a bridge dead, a homeless guy, and they tested him. And she like showed me the picture, which it looked kind of like Elvis. I guess.
I've got 3 uncles that look kind of like Elvis.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of look like Elvis. Thin Elvis. Flappy Elvis.
Flappy Elvis.
So, the series of events that would happen, okay, so Elvis has now escaped custody, or not custody, but the witness relocation, to go live under a bridge under this assumed name. I can't remember what she said his name was, like Corky. Let's say his name was Corky. That would have been a good name.
Corky.
Then he dies. Police find him and then check his DNA against Elvis's, which I guess is just in the system naturally.
I think everybody does that.
Everybody does that.
I think that's just standard with autopsies.
What's even funnier is like a week before that, she was telling me how, did you know Elvis was an extra in Home Alone 2?
Oh my God.
There's a video of this online. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, well, it's just if you type in Home Alone 2 Elvis, it'll take you to the clip.
That's ridiculous.
No, hold on. Let me just tell you, this guy didn't look anything like Elvis. Nothing like Elvis at all. Like, I don't understand how this became a fucking thing.
So I go to this reveal party where everybody has to guess if it's a boy or a girl that they're going to get.
Wait, what's a reveal party?
Where you tell the gender of your baby. Okay, go to bed now. I don't want to hear you again. Where you tell the gender of the baby.
And you're going to tell me next that the baby shower is something different, aren't you?
Yeah, it's something different.
Okay. How many fucking parties are in between fucking sperm and egg and vagina rip?
Well, there's 2, and they'll normally announce like something, like they'll announce it's something else. Like it'll be somebody's birthday, and they're like, oh, by the way, we're going to have a baby, just to steal the thunder from somebody else.
God, I hate white people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure everybody does this now, but this is totally white people made this shit up.
Well, and there's different baby showers. Okay, check this out. There's the baby shower for family, the friend baby shower. Then the guy has a diaper party where you like play cards or whatever, and everybody brings diapers. Yeah, and then there's the reveal party where you reveal the sex of the baby. So I'm at this reveal party, and everybody's like, come watch the video. Come in here. We're going to watch the ultrasound. And all I can think about is picture these parents. And what they're really saying is, come see my kid's dick if he has one. That's all they're doing. Come look at his penis. The first thing I want you to see is my kid's penis or vagina. It's like, okay, just remember the vagina looks like a hamburger. And I'm like, you're talking about your own kid. Like if she was 17 and I walked up, I'm like, hey, your daughter's vagina looks like a hamburger, you'd punch me in the fucking face. There's no way you'd put up with that.
But now you can go up to him when he's 17 and go, hey, I've seen your daughter's vagina.
I know, right?
So it'd be fun to have twins. To be a twin.
See, if you had twins and at very young, you decided you had a plan and you could stick to it, it would really be awesome to have a twin.
Yeah.
If you could do half the work, get 1 degree, whatever, both use it, that kind of deal. Basically, just be the same person on the other side of the country. Be like, that would be awesome. Do half the work all your life. I mean, I guess if you could make enough money at the job and trade off, that would be cool. But I mean, I can't imagine. I'd always be like scamming their girlfriend and stuff. I totally would. I would be, to show up, hey, I didn't have to go to work today. I want to try something.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Oh, let's go. Nice.
They think they're being sneaky.
They blatantly just do what they want.
Okay, because I'm like, I can fucking hear them. They're the worst sneaky fucking people.
No. I mean, they're in my room. They're not even in their own room. Hey! They don't care. Oh, dude, like tonight, okay? We're in there. I'm sitting in that room, and they're cleaning up in the living room, and I hear somebody yelling outside, like screaming, like a woman screaming.
Yeah.
Okay. So I go out there, and it stops, and then we hear it again, and then this dude, like I live on the highway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this cat's just walking down the side of the highway with his car, like following him, and it freaked him. That's why they're in my room, because they want to sleep in there tonight. It freaked him out. Like, we're letting the dog sleep inside tonight. There might be a killer on the loose. So we're going to kill his ass.
You live right next to a highway and you haven't been able to get rid of those kids yet?
Dude, here's the thing. Like, you only take out so much life insurance when they're little. But when they start driving, we can, like, load it up. You know what I mean? And I figure if we stay, like, by the highway especially. I'm going to get them hardships and get them ninjas. 2 15-year-olds on 1,200cc ninjas running around. You can drink as long as you're at home. Hey, go get me something.
Just like get them like each a black ninja outfit, and then at night say like the ninja training is crossing the highway.
Yeah, what you're supposed to cross the highway and knock on people's windows randomly.
Yeah. Oh my God, a midget's peeping on us. That's actually kind of cute. At the place I lived at in Santa Monica, there was a crack whore that came banging on my door when I was fucking my girlfriend at the time. Because I'd give her food and shit sometimes. And everybody says that they never let her blow them. I did not. Other people did. My girlfriend just got in town. She was like, "Who the fuck is that?" I'm like, crack whore. You know.
I don't let her blow me, though. Other people do.
Other people do. I give her food for free. Yeah.
I mean, I totally would, though. Right?
Crack whore?
No. Yeah.
Not.
I mean.
No. I get the experience. I get that, man. But that's like one of those ones where.
Oh, no. I mean,
I would rather wrestle with a hawk.
No, can't do that.
Well, here's a story that I think is a metaphor for my life and your life. Definitely my life. I was up in the mountains, fucking, I see a bush shaking. Mm-hmm. I look harder, and it's a hawk. It's like caught upside down in there, right? Trying to get out. I start walking up to it. And as I'm walking up, I have the very clear thought, this is a horrible idea. Don't go fuck with that hawk. And then the same thought right after it was, yeah, but it'll make a great story.
Right.
And I'd go up to the hawk, and it freaked out and actually got out right there. So it didn't make a great story, stupid fucking hawk.
Hey, you still got to tell the story, though. Hey, they didn't have anything funny, but just the fact that happened made it funny. You were still going to go let the hawk out. I mean, even though we both read Wizard and Glass, we know that you don't mess with a hawk. But you know what I'm saying? Because they will rip your eyeball out. But they... I hear you, man. I mean, yeah, I think we both done a lot of stuff for the story.
Yeah.
No? Or I mean, just because nobody thought we would do it. You know what?
Yeah. I know.
That's like hearing old boy TW's name twice the other night. Like, he was telling me stories about us that I had totally forgotten about, but they were great stories. You know, just stuff that we had done and stuff that happened, like when the cops showed up.
Dude, are they still awake?
Oh, for sure, man.
Did you make them watch the Babadook?
Turn the TV off, see if there's a car in the driveway. Go. Luke, you lay down.
And if there is, go get in it.
Right? Hey! TV off! Off.
And blowing their noses.
I don't even want to go in there. I'm scared to death of them. TV off! Go to bed! Oh, my God.
I'm shocked that doesn't work.
Walt, come here. Go to bed.
No, it sounds like some crash on your...
Yeah, it's called thunder and lightning. Go to bed. Maybe it's a monster that eats kids that are awake.
The Babadook, Duke.
Hey, Luke, come here. Are y'all playing in there? Y'all playing rough?
We're just playing with the pillows.
Go in there and lay down.
Yes,
Don't
I
play
am.
anything else.
Don't worry.
Oh my god.
You have a mole. Moles are nice.
Guys?
Your kids are awful.
Yeah, they're bad.
They are fucking liars.
They are liars. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Now.
Am I still okay, Dad?
I don't know yet. That'll scare him into being quiet.
Oh, what?
Later that night, Luke and Walt killed Craig in his sleep. Amber let them eat cake for breakfast.
Dude, I mean, listen, that's the problem with having kids with ADD is normally I could give them like Benadryl or something to just knock them right out, but it just jacks them all up.
Dude, NyQuil, fucking good chunk of that will knock your ass out on fucking yay.
But I need that shit for me. I ration that shit. I won't give it to them. I have to give them like allergy medicine and just hope.
Fucking Double L used to come over and ask for Benadryl just for that fucking reason.
That's crazy.
So he could go to sleep. Don't do so much coke.
You're literally proving to me right now that you're wasting money. Like you're not managing your money well. What would be funny is they'd be like, we're going to go get something to eat. You want to go with us? And I'm like, yeah, next thing you know, you're at Lakewood Country Club with like 14 eggs Benedict, 7 strips of filet mignon. Like, shit, you're never going to eat. You're just going to take it home and hope that it stays good. Like, so much food. I'll never forget. I was there the day that they're like, you're not allowed to charge an account anymore. And you want to talk about the saddest face you've ever seen. And it wasn't even his face. It was my face. I was so sad. I've been with people twice. I was with somebody else one day when we used to go to Ralph's and buy like the dopest steaks in the world and take them home and ruin them because we didn't know what we were doing. But we would charge him to his parents' account. And we had all this shit up front. He's like, all right, charge it. And they're like, oh, you can't do that anymore. And it was just like,
They had an account at the grocery store?
Dude, at Ralph's right there in Snyder Plaza.
No shit.
It was awesome. It was awesome. In fact, twice I went in there and got cigarettes. Like, I put it on their account.
That's right. I remember that. I remember other people who had that shit.
And they had True cigarettes. Remember Trues that had the filter that was like a Mercedes symbol? I loved them.
The best was Smokes 100s.
Oh, my God. That's like cigarettes you see in a movie when they can't get a cigarette company to sign off on using their name.
I know. And they were good. When I was in Africa, the cigarettes they have there, and I found out later on, this is where they get the cigarettes from. So, I have a pack of them somewhere. I wish I could remember where. Anyway, what they are is the tobacco companies, like, you know, at the end of the day at the factory, there's all this tobacco that's fallen on the ground. They fucking sweep all that up, make those into cigarettes, and then that's what we got.
Down there in Africa?
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're getting cigarettes, though, right? I mean, does it really matter? I mean,
yeah.
Like, that's why I always heard about 100s. 100s had cheaper tobacco than regular cigarettes. Like, do you really think they're going through the time to do that? Oh, no,
you can taste that this is the worst fucking thing you've ever smoked in your life. The only reason I'm still a fucking smoker is because I only had to have like 1 or 2 days because I brought lots. But I only had like 2 days where I was out of them. They're the fucking worst ever. No, like that's not bullshit. That's not like a rumor thing. That's where cigarettes come from.
I used to love to go up to Canada and get their packs of 25 little cigarettes. I wish we had those here.
I've never been to Canada.
They're like, it's like, I'm sure, I think that's what they have in England too, right? Where they're shorter, but there's like 25 to a pack.
I didn't get any of those. I drank. I smoked, I want to say they were Imperials or something.
Huh.
I think that's what I called them, but I was wrong. So I just read this article. This is so perfect for humanity. Like it was on fucking, because my ass is all fucked up. It's on fucking rectal cancer. And when you wipe, like you rub away like some fucking cells and shit. So whenever you wipe, like these cells are important and like what cause, you know, cancer. So like wiping causes rectal cancer in a way.
I just get in the shower. I don't even wipe.
You don't even wipe? Well, then you're good. You're not going to get rectal cancer.
Yeah, I
Now,
get right in the shower.
Everything I just said was a total fucking lie. But next time you sit down on the toilet and wipe, you're totally going to think about me.
It's funny. Well, that's what I told Walt. Like, Walt thinks the funniest shit to do is to fart. Okay, he thinks it's so funny to fart, right? And we all went through that phase, little boys.
Went through it?
But he's always like, I farted. I'm like, you're doing it wrong, dude. You don't say you farted. You say, does anybody else smell popcorn? Because then everybody will start smelling as hard as they can to smell popcorn, and they're going to smell your fart. I'm like, so don't say, I farted. Say, do you smell popcorn or do you smell barbecue? Or something that people want to smell.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
I've never heard that before.
Are you serious? No, I've been doing that for years. You smell popcorn? Everybody's like, oh, no. And they're like, oh, no, yeah.
I don't have a sense of smell, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to do it like right in your mouth.
You know what pisses me off? I was watching that Daredevil show, and like, he doesn't have sight, but all his other senses go awesome. Like, I don't have sense of smell, and I'm pretty deaf too, and nothing has gotten awesome.
You have the gift of discernment.
The gift of discernment?
Yeah.
You haven't seen all the girls I've fucked.
I have Polaroids of all of them. So, fine.
What was the guy? He had a fucking weird name. He worked at your pizza place. The fat dude.
Jaguar.
Jaguar. How did he get that fucking name?
Because he was so slow, we started calling him Jaguar. Watching him get out of his car every time, if I'd have filmed it one time, I'd be a millionaire right now. It would have more hits than anything. I used to love to watch him. It's like the tires would almost pop when he would get out of his car. I told you about the pizza, right? About him taking out of the pizza? Okay, the pizzas are ovals. So every time he took delivery, they'd call me and be like, why is my pizza round? Because he would take slits out of the middle and push it together and get much pizza on the way. I'd call him sometimes. He'd be like, hey, man, somebody just called and canceled this order. There's like a three meat lovers and all mushroom, all this shit. And he'd come back. He'd be so excited when he came in. I'm like, there's no order. Hey, Jaguar, I really thought there was an order. He was so sweaty and smelly and sad. But he just... Like, he couldn't wear a shirt from there because they wouldn't make one that big. They're like, no, fuck you, no.
Did the owner ever find out and, like, kill him and chop him up into pieces?
No, it was too funny, and it would have been way too much to chop up. Nobody wanted to do that. It's like, I'll gut a deer, but I'm not going to gut a cow. That cow's just going to be my companion. You're too much work. No, there's no way we would have killed that guy. It would have taken forever. Just constantly sweating. But I love, like, if there was ever pictures, I always made sure I stood by him because he made me look little. Hey, man, I have to go let my dogs in. It's raining crazy out here.
Later, brother.
Hey, later. Episode, are we done? Do we have enough?
Yeah, we're good, man.
All right, man. Episode 10. Follow us on everything.
Everything.com. I wonder if that's taken. Later, bro.
.org, but who wants it?
Everything.
Ooh.
Later, bro. It's just so mean. I'm starting to have a problem with the dystopia future. Same thing with Hunger Games, and those suck. Battle Royale only. Like, they can make in Hunger Games, they can make digital animals. Have you seen those movies?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen the first two.
Uh-huh.
But they can make digital animals that become real and affect the fucking world. They can't make some fucking bread.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't see how you get... Same thing with Elysium. It was all about the healthcare, basically.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't like you had to kill people to make those machines work.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't like the job of everyone on Earth was to keep those things working. That I could understand.
Yeah, I gotcha.
A group of people wants to live forever. You can enslave these group of people to do it. Get that. Totally on board with that shit. But I don't get, like, give them a fucking machine, assholes. Like
maybe instead of building this floating satellite island, you could build 15 more of these machines and put them down there, and they'll quit trying to kill us.
I don't see. That's what I was thinking about with the Koch brothers. Okay, so real mastermind, fucking super rich people, they don't want to be in the newspaper. So if those guys are willing to be in the newspaper, who the fuck are the guys behind them?
Right.
There are some scary motherfuckers that are laughing at the Koch brothers, like, those idiots, those little poppers.
They're like, this is Mr.
Drinking
Illuminati.
out of the skull of a fucking baby.
Draco's skull.
They literally have, like, at all times getting a blowjob. Like a person, this girl who's been welded to a fucking skateboard so they can walk around, and anytime she dies, they have another person bring it in there. That's the only time is when that person dies is the time where his dick actually feels outside air.
It's like you're in my head when I'm dreaming.
Some names, dates, and locations have been changed to protect the guilty. Only Craig and Spence should be judged by the content.
Yeah, and find us we're on Facebook, Twitter, Vine, what else? Instagram, all of it.
I don't know. You're in charge of that shit.